Hey, first question is about custom races and the doors that'll open down the road. Custom races will enable the community to get really creative, I think, in terms of tournaments like the Digital Derby, main event matchups, and other sort of special events. Can you speak to Zed's vision of customization beyond just a standard racing, which we kind of have now?
Yeah, absolutely. Custom races is big. I mean, we call it internally we call it party mode. To be able to sit around with your friends, like, and just be able to say, hey, put your horse in this race and set the set the criteria. Is it just a Z1 only race? Call out your mates. Hey, this is a Nakamoto only race. This is a win percentage only race, whatever. Like, there's a lot of horses out there talking trash, which is really cool. Digital race horses talking trash. Never thought I'd see the day, but having those users be able to then put their, quote unquote, money where their mouth is, and call each other out and actually go into these custom events, it's going to be huge. And like you said, well, we're so early, right? That we're working on the class systems. We're working on these events. So every horse has a place where it can be competitive, right? And there's a saying that I've used a lot, which is, donkeys of today, legends of tomorrow. And I stand true by that. Like, the goal for us at Zed and at VHS is to be able to, there's all these horses in the ecosystem, and some people go, oh, it might be too diluted. But the plan is that all these horses have a place, a lane where they are competitive, and custom events or quote unquote party mode, custom races, that's going to really open that up, because you can have donkey races now, you can have races for horses with X, Y, and Z, right? And it's just going to give you that utility, that extra utility, and that extra customization for just enjoying the races and being competitive. I hope that helps.
Awesome. Yeah,
I can
no,
speak more to
absolutely,
it too. Like,
absolutely.
the vision of it as well is like, I want you to be able to walk into a bar, and the bartender he's got his computer hooked up to the projector. He's running Zed races, and then have an event in the bar. Then anybody with a Zed horse, line up. This is a race for you, and then you could either through QR codes or whatever, however the link up will be, you can now sit in a community gathering. There's a race going on the screen, and you are able to now prepare your horse on your phone, enter a race, and you see it up there, right? And I don't think we're far from that kind of vision either. Like, that's definitely something that we've talked about a lot internally. That's like a end goal, but it would be it's not that far away if you really think about what needs to be done. So that's really exciting.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm super excited for that. I think that opens a million doors for every horse on Zed. Really, I mean, the possibilities are endless. So I love that. Moving on to, go ahead.
Sorry, you as a streamer as well as a content creator, it's going to give you ultimate flexibility to actually have even more engagement and utility in what you're doing, right? Which is huge. And you're able to then call people out on the chat. If they're talking shit, you can bring them in and say, all right, we'll put your money where your mouth is, or whatever it is, and you can create your own little tournaments. So yeah, it's definitely on the cards. It's definitely where we want to go. So yeah.
Awesome. Love it. Looking forward to it. Definitely. Next question I wanted to ask you was about Zed Skins. We've seen Zed Skins come from three kind of key big partnerships: for Preakness, Stella, the Atari, and then now the NASCAR. They were very well received by the community, I think. I mean, people really love the look of that. So I just wanted to ask you, Chris Ebbs, do you see skins? Would you like to see skins be something that's common amongst a player base, or something that's a little more of a collector's item, a little more of an exclusive thing?
Yeah, all of the above, Sean. The skins right now, it's a great, partnerships are coming in. It's a really great way to show branding on horses, right? But it's more than that. It's also to show art. Like my whole or our whole vision with the horses and the way they look is they're an empty canvas. And in the NFT space, art is huge. And so it's fusing artworks with digital horses and utility, which is really new, right? And it's really exciting. But the goal is, of course, there's going to be rarity tiers. It's no different to your Fortnites, which I know you play, and I know my son plays. It's no different to that kind of utility of being able to, hey, okay, there's a LeBron James skin now. Oh, there's a Marvel skin. Having that access and connecting these brands into the metaverse, that's huge, of course, as a business model and a move, but also for people who want to represent themselves with brands that they align with. So if you like LeBron James, you bought a LeBron James skin, right? If you want to support that guy, if you are big on Spider-Man, you'd go after that skin when it drops, and so on and so forth. But there's going to be rarity tiers involved, just like you see in the games out there. You'd get what do they call them, OG skins from season 1. If you have one of those, if that was an NFT, imagine how much worth that would be, right? So similarly, we want to do that, but the whole point of NFTs and what's so disruptive about what we're doing and what everybody else is doing in the blockchain gaming space is that it's true ownership, right? I've put, I don't know, close to $1,000 into Fortnite probably through my son. I mean, he washes my car for it, but that's about it. That he doesn't own that. We don't own that. It's rent, right? It's rented. It sits within their system. With NFTs, it changes that big time, right? You own that piece of artwork. You own that skin. And now if you have the Atari Millipede or Pong skin, which is a one of one, never will be another one, that's going to have it's going to hold its place in history in terms of the Zed ecosystem being one of the first skins to ever come out with a big brand, with a nostalgic, cult figure of a brand and cult following. And then, imagine in 5 years' time when there's more skins out there, but this Pong skin is still going to be that, one-on-one, or the Millipede, or whatever it is, right? So there's going to be expensive skins, as you can see. People were bidding, and it was great. It's a great response, but we're not disillusioned. We're not looking away from how we get skins into the common user's hand. And there'll be skins there as well. There'll be the more common skins, but we haven't even dropped like this. If you look around the artwork we got out there are some Zed skins floating around in all those concepts that me and my team have been playing with. So if you it's kind of like little Easter eggs every time we drop a marketing image. If you go closer and look inside, you'll actually see, there's some wings on that horse. There's a Chinese dragon on that horse. That's us having fun and also kind of dropping what's to come. And we're a team of designers, and we're well equipped to do our own skins and our own takes without a brand, which are going to be Zed custom skins, right? And when those come out, we want to make sure that everybody who has a Zed horse has the chance to either win or purchase one of these skins, so they can flex and have that kind of customization on their horses. Because we dropped that. I don't know if you saw the Atari demo that we dropped. Like when we did the Atari campaign, we dropped a demo link showing skins in action. And that it's a game changer.
I was streaming when you guys dropped that.
Yeah, and when you see that lineup and there's like 12 horses with 12 different skins, it's that extra layer of identity, that extra layer of customization, that extra layer of connection that a user now can have because she can flex a skin which nobody else has. So it's kind of it kind of jumps into that NFT space, Bored Ape kind of thing. Like if you have a Bored Ape, you're flexing, man. You're a social media flexer, right? You're showing that you belong to this elite club right now. And a similar effect is going to have when you have these skins and somebody goes, he's got that, 1 of 10 skin, and he's flexing, right? And then you're able to then, in the future, so we're still a ways away of giving you that fully customization of where you can then take a skin off a horse, just like Fortnite character, you take a skin and you throw it on something else, right? And that's the future as well. So then we want people to be able to pair their super horses with a super skin, for example. It's not going to change the racing, but it's going to change the flex you have when you cross that finish line, right? And that's important.
Love it. Sounds like skins are coming to the masses. I mean, I'm personally a huge fan of skins within games. It just, looking forward to that. What do you see the biggest races and events looking like in Zed Run's future? We know PlayChip has committed $30 million in prize pools. Do you think we'll see $1 million race one day? What do you think?
Yeah, no doubt. That's definitely a goal, and I think it's, I don't know when. Again, I'm not going to say when because we just never know. Sometimes these things just take off, and sometimes they slow down, and it's all, it can be because of an Elon Musk tweet, or it can be because of something else. But definitely, there's going to be some big, heavy prize pools. There's going to be some exciting stuff. you know, you can tell that where we're going in terms of the brands that have already come to play this early. You know, Stella, NASCAR, Atari, you know, Preakness from the analog world. Like those are huge brands, and we've got, you know, imagine what's coming as well. And then coupling that together with our improvements, our constant improvements with the racing, our constant communication with the community, and getting feedback. You know, we love, and I go out there, I'm on Twitter always listening to people bitch about our game. I'm listening to people also say nice things, but I don't care about the nice things as much as I care about the bitching, because that's feedback, and we want that constructive feedback, because we want to know what the user, where the pain points are, and how we can then adapt to mitigate any pain points and create a more, you know, enjoyable experience for everyone, right? And we're well on our way to that. You can see the dev team, they're hustling behind the scenes, and they're doing some great progress all the time. Is it fast enough? That's subjective. Honestly, we're working super fast. And again, just to come back to our recent raise, you know, we've got resources now behind us to build, and these next 3 to 6 months is all transitioning from bedroom startup to legit, you know, legit company that's now got resources and hiring the best of the best out there. You know, we have some major announcements coming in terms of who we're hiring, who we're bringing into the team, and it's exciting. It's just so dope to be in this position to be able to, you know, we hustled hard to get here, and now we're in a position to now bring in some really heavy hitters to take us to that, you know, take us to the moon or beyond, you know what I mean? Pony rocket moon style. So
Absolutely. I think we're going to see more and more highly produced events around Zed Run. What do you think these highly produced events will do for Zed Run in the future?
It's huge. I mean, the stuff you guys are doing with Digital Derby is huge. It's awesome. It's you know, and the stuff you do on a daily with your streaming is huge. The stuff the Pony Pluck guys do is huge. What Zed Chateau does, what ZG does, what Doofy does, what you know, what what's his name, Poseidon does in his secret Facebook groups. You know, like everything. It's all community. It's all community driven, and this is what we're about creating an ecosystem, which is the metaverse, right? And this is our contribution to the metaverse. The metaverse isn't going to be built by one company. Facebook's not going to own it. Sony's not going to own it. You know, Decentraland's not owning it. They're contributing their share. And how do these all play together? You know, it's the new internet, right? Nobody owns the internet. We all contribute to it, and we make it an experience, and we collaborate. And so interoperability, being able to take a Zed horse and then see it in Sandbox, and then in these Decentraland, vice versa, all the way around, having, you know, Bored Ape avatars on your social media page, but then also being able to see them as an avatar. You know, that's where we're going, and that's where everything has to kind of connect and play well with each other. So, you know, you guys and girls out there as well, like that are doing some fantastic stuff as well for us. It's all community driven, and the fact that you guys are so passionate. Sorry, you guys and girls, I need to get used to that, but are so passionate about our product is so humbling. And so we're going to sell out of Genesis horses one day. Don't ask me when the next drop is. We don't like the word drop anymore. It sends shivers down our spine. But, you know, we still have some of these horses, and, you know, once they're all gone, it's going to be all community driven. Then the ecosystem is kind of in hands of the community, and then it's us creating our own custom events, but the community is going to be creating events, and then it's going to be this mass generation of its own like wealth system and economy, and that kind of comes back to the idea of DES and its own token and stuff. So that's still super appealing to us, but like I said before, it's on the back burner. It's just been shelved for a minute. We've put so much work into it, but we're focused on the foundation of the game still, and just making sure that is solid before we jump any further.
Sure. That's fair. We've seen popular NFT games built on the blockchain feature outsourcing and kind of co-ownership type features. Are there any current plans for Zed to allow stable owners to have either trainers or dedicated racers without compromising the safety of the stable?
Yeah, definitely. It's a huge thing. We want to be able to have like little syndicates, and there already are. There's already people sharing stables out there, and there's already people with stable trainers and stable owners and whatnot. And so that comes down to a trust system at the moment. But yeah, there has to come. There has to be a way, and I think the new, correct me if I'm wrong, man, the new ERC tokens, there's a new token, which is the 12 something, I forget what it is. Remember, I'm creative, I'm not technical. You can ask my CTO about this one. But where it allows that kind of shared ownership, right? And so that's important, that you can be able to have a horse and then be able to rent it out, right? And then you can rent it. Like, let's say I have a horse and you want to rent it from me, Sean, and I make it, we strike a deal and you have it for a month and then it comes back. You try to make as much return on that investment as you can. I'm making a nice little pocket because I've got enough horses, for example, or whatnot. So we definitely want to get to that stage. How it will look is yet to be determined, but there is definitely it's definitely something that we're looking at. So, and that will, would speak to the safety of the wallets and all that. That's another story. And yeah, we'll do our part to make it as safe as possible, and we won't like rush anything out there. So it's just a danger cesspit or anything like that. So, but yeah, speaking to that, it's something that we talk about. It's something that we want to do. It's huge. Being able to rent a horse, man, even rent a skin or loan a skin, all the way down to the kind of macro level of that would be amazing.
Right. Yeah. Looking forward to it. I think, again, it opens up a lot of doors in the play to earn economy within this game. So I'm looking forward to that. Last question. So, as you know, we have the top stables in Zed Run competing in the Digital Derby. Who's your pick to win?
Oh, do I have to?
You have to. You have to pick one, Ebbs.
I don't know. So you got the whole top stables in there. Is Doofy in there? He's in there.
Doofy is competing in the Digital Derby. You're rolling with Doofy?
I don't know, man. He's Aussie. I'll roll with Doofy on this one. He'll be happy when he hears it. But I know. Look, I roll with
That's
everybody.
fair.
I think everybody who's participating. It's just again, twofold. It's an honor that you guys are putting this together. It's awesome. It's super cool. It's one of the most legit events. You guys are putting so much work into it, so that's really humbling, and it's super cool. And then seeing that you've been able to attain all these top stables is amazing as well. So I will not roll, like, on record. I won't roll with anyone because I think it's just going to be a fun event, and I'm excited to see how it plays out. I'm excited to see your guys' production value. I want to see what I want to see how it all turns out and what the feedback is at the end of the day, because I think we're going to learn a lot from this. You guys and girls will learn a lot from it as well, which is great. So yeah, I just want some good close races and some good competition and some fun. Some banter. I'm looking forward to the trash talking horses rear their heads on Twitter.
Awesome. Me too.